Hey there YouTube, it's TheRubberMant and I'm here with exotic cards. Now, the name exotic cards is a lie, I'll level with you. I just grab 8 cards from the pack I open, 8 or 9 cards depending if I pull anything, from a pack I open earlier in the week, and then I examine them a bit closer, because when we open packs, we only concentrate on the holo card we get. These poor cards, we don't give a shit about them. We don't look at them. So I just want to take a closer look at the other cards we get in any given pack. So first up, this is a pack of Generation Force, by the way. First up, Wind Up Snail. Now, Wind Up Snail, I think is very cute. It's a very cute little card. And during your main phase you can target one set card on the field, return that target to the hand. This effect can only be used once while a card is face up on the field. Okay, so wind up support. I don't really like wind ups, I find them quite boring to duel with and duel against. But this is pretty good, return one set card to the field. If you have a set wind up on the field, say by some other effects you set a Hunter. This returns Hunter back to the hand. You special summon Hunter with Zen Mighty and get Hunter's effect again for more hand control. So Wind Up Snail, nice little card. Not used in many wind up decks, but it has its uses. Legendary Wind Up Key, another wind up support card that I haven't really seen used. It's a quick play and it sets all your wind ups basically. So that could start off if you have some things on the field, you set them, you special summon something else that uses set cards. But again, something I haven't seen much play with, so it's not great, but it's useful. It's useful. It's useful. Right, moving on. Larval Magma Cannoneer. This is an ace card. I've been doing some playtesting with Larvals online on Dueling Network, and Larval Magma Cannoneer is one of the key cards in the deck. Basically, once per turn, he can discard 2 fire monsters from your hand to your graveyard to do 500 damage to your opponent's life points for each. Now, that's brilliant. He's a 1700 Beto, who's 4 stars. You get him on the field. He burns for 1000 damage. What he puts in the graveyard is also brilliant, because Larvals use the graveyard a lot. So in the first turn, Larval Magma Cannoneer, you put Larval Volcano Handmaiden in the graveyard with another Larval monster. Larval Volcano Handmaiden, she searches herself through the deck and puts all the copies of herself in the graveyard and another Larval monsters. Hey look, you've got 3 Larval monsters with different names in your graveyard. That means you can summon a bunch of other Larval monsters like Larval Burner, I think, and Larval Lancelord. You can special summon those now that you have 3 Larvals with different names in your graveyard, and that's a key for quite a lot of the cards in the deck. So Larval Magma Cannoneer, awesome card. Definitely thumbs up, TheRubberMant seal of approval with that card. Right, next card, Burgeoning Wellflame. It's a counter trap card. It's a specific negation card for larval monsters. You need to send 1 larval monster from your hand to the graveyard to activate it. It's pretty cool, because they've got their exclusive negation thing. It's like Infernity Barrier for Larvals, and it sends a Larval to the graveyard, which is always a nice bonus for a Larval deck. But I don't think that it's really fast enough or viable enough when we have things like Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning. We don't really need a deck-specific counter-trap card. Like, prove me wrong. Like, I can see why it would be used in decks, but I can also see why it really wouldn't, because there are not faster things, but there are better things that people find more generally splashable. Like, if you're caught without a fire monster in your hand and you try and use it, you're screwed. So yeah, decent, but not amazing. Hey there YouTube, sorry my SD card got full, so I had to cut it. It's a bit of a jarring jump cut, but anyway, back to what I was saying. Drill Barnacle. I actually really like Drill Barnacle. I think the art was pretty cool. It's like a barnacle with loads of drills like just coming out of it, and it kind of reminds me of Gurren Lagann. And anything that reminds me of Gurren Lagann is awesome in my book, because yours is the drill that will pierce the heavens. But anyway, Drill Barnacle. It can attack your opponent directly. It has 300 attack, but the key effect that it does is when it does attack directly successfully, it gains 1000 attack. So it's Spirit of the Rolling Flames for water. So I'm really interested in the possibility of creating a Raging Flame Sprite deck with Drill Barnacle, with water support instead of fire support. So that's an interesting card. I really like it. It's cool. It's awesome. Right. Alright. Next, we've got Gusto Condor. Gusto Condor, it's a 4-star winged beast for the Gusto archetype. I don't really know much about the Gusto archetype. I know it uses wind and psychic type, and that's pretty interesting because I like psychic type. I was about to say Pokemon. Psychic type Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But anyway, if this card destroys an opponent's monster in battle, you can special summon a wind psychic type monster with 1,500 less attack from your deck. Cool, but it's only got 1,000 attack. It's not going to destroy many monsters. There are other searching cards that are better, so Gusto Condor, wasted potential. And its artwork really isn't that good. And I just realised it's not Condor, it's Codor. They spelt it wrong. It should be Condor, because it's clearly a bird. Anyway, so yeah, that's not a very good card. And speaking of not very good cards, Elemental Hero Flash. Well, I originally thought that he was terrible with no redeeming features, but I've had a thought about it and he has some possibilities, but he's still not great. So, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card and 3 Elemental Hero monster cards with different names from your graveyard to target 1 normal spell card in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. It's just not, and it's only 1,100 attack, it's just not very good. It's light, so it's honestable. I had a thought that you could perhaps use it in sort of a Dimensional Fairy deck, and the sort of, if you want things removed from the graveyard, you can clear the way for an Eato. So if you've got a load of Elemental Heroes in your graveyard, and because it's light, it's searchable that way. Either that, or in the Gustav Max OTK for Elemental Heroes, where you use Electrum, who removes from play a lot of Elemental Heroes anyway, so you can get them back that way. But really, Flash, he's just not a very good card. And finally, Tyrant's Tummy Ache. Tyrant's Tummy Ache, he makes me laugh because on the artwork he's all like, give me the chocolate. And he's just eating loads of crap. But aside from that, it's really not a very good card. It's a continuous trap card. You activate it by tributing 1 monster, and neither player can special summon monsters that are level 6 or higher. It's just, why would you do that? Things that restrict levels aren't very good or fast anymore because of Ixies that bypass levels completely. Level 6 is very specific, so it doesn't stop Cyber Dragon from special summoning, so that's level 5. And also, when you have more than 3 cards in your hand, you have to destroy it. So it's really not that great. I don't see many potentials for combos. If anyone watching this sees the card and sees me like dicking on a card and they're like, oh no, that's like the best card ever, I played it in my deck, please tell me, justify your reasons, and it'll just be interesting to find out, because this is all about exploring lesser used cards. But anyway, that's my first week of exotic cards. RubberMant out.